reply to star question 111. So the list of animal species available in the state is as per enclosed statement at Annexure 1 and is placed on the table of the House. B, the preventive measures to save the available species in the state include 1, regular patrolling of areas vulnerable to illegal poaching. 2, establishment of inter-agency network to generate information on such incidents. 3, seizure of illegally traded wild animals and animal articles, arrest and prosecution of persons involved in poaching and trafficking of wild animals, etc. 4, declaration of community reserves to augment the fragmented habitats and protect wildlife species present outside the protected areas. 5, setting up of voluntary protection squad. 6, improvement of habitats by planting fodder species, creation of water holes and salt licks. 7, erection of barrier and trenches to prevent elephant from entering the villages and preventing retaliatory killings. 8, conducting public awareness. 9, timely payment of ex gratia for the loss of lives, crop damage, and property to prevent any kind of retaliatory killing. Reply to C, the major habitats identified for protection of wild elephants include national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and elephant reserves.
Yes, Barupat.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. And I thank Honorable Chief Minister for extensive reply. Sir, some more supplementary question. Sir, especially for the elephants, and this is the time for migration, searching of food. Yes, we understand that wildlife sanctuaries and the national park is the elephant reserve. But the question is that no food. So they are migrating and searching of food. And they are also entering from Assam to Meghalaya for the search of food. Is there any protective measure to prevent the elephant coming from, I heard from Assam state, and they are destroying property and the life of the people. So is there any preventive measure for that?
Chairman, sir. So the question asked by the honorable member is a very relevant question. And as you are aware, sir, that the elephant corridors which are there, the elephants have been using these tracks and these corridors for years and for decades, if not centuries. And that is the habit, that's the habit that they have. And that's why we normally look at those corridors. And therefore, sir, there is no, I should say, 100% guaranteed measure that we can do to stop them, sir. Because these are the routes that they have taken, and therefore, this is what they're used to, sir. But apart from that, from the state government side, I have mentioned some of the points in my primary reply. But we are aware that a balance needs to be struck. And there has to be a mechanism where the probability or the chances of man-animal conflicts can be reduced. And therefore, so the multiple activities are being done, and I have mentioned some of them in the reply, but I'll just repeat that basic is, of course, starts with the awareness among the general public, especially that come in that route. And therefore, that awareness program is being conducted on a regular basis, sir. At the same time, we are also ensuring, as I mentioned, that the volunteer protection squad, which is there in different villages, are being set up and being supported. More needs to be done, and definitely, sir, we are working on that aspect also. Correctly mentioned by the Honorable MLA that the food is also obviously one of the key factors, and therefore plantations are also being put in locations which go along with the different the food habits of the elephants that are there. So at the same time, we are also working towards creating trenches or sausage barriers so that that will also kind of protect the animals and and man-animal conflict from escalating further. So these are few of the measures that are there. But at the end of the day, Mr. Chairman, sir, we are in a difficult position in the sense that we need to understand the space that the animals require and need to respect that and need to ensure that we are able to give that space to them as humans. But at the same time, the human need also is there, where the people in the villages also need to grow crops and plant trees and look at their own economic activities. So at the end, sir, balancing this out in the best possible manner by creating awareness, by having these trenches and barriers being placed, by having the food plantations, by having volunteer squads. These are some of the measures, sir, that we're taking in order to be able to, at the end of the day, minimize these situations of conflict and balance the entire situation.
Last question, sir. Recently, it happened that in my area, Raja Shimla, lots of wild elephant came and destroyed the property of the residents. Other one is like a Dina Dubi area. This is a proposal. Dina Dubi area, we have 3 wild elephants, but it's almost like a domesticated animal. But taking advantage of that, a lot of people are trying to destroy them. So my proposal is that since it's a permanent 3 elephants in that Wagyaci Danadubi area, so if the government can think for setting up of office to look after that very 3 elephant, wild elephant.
Sir, I didn't get the question, sir. Can you just repeat the question?
Sir, this is a proposal. If the department can set up an office to Wagyaci Danadubi area to look after that 3 elephant, because it's almost like a domesticated elephant.
Sir, I'm understanding what the honorable member is saying, but can you be specific on what kind of office is he looking at? Like, yes. Is it? I would think it would not be an office as such. It would be a setup to give some support to them. So, office is a different. It's more administrative in nature. So that's why I just wanted to clarify.
Some office that some staff can be there to look after not only that particular area, but a stretch of entire interested border. Because at present only Thura and Williamnagar we have a wildlife office. If something happened in the border area, if we inform also another day or next day they are coming, and by the time all the mischiefs has done by the wild elephant.
Yeah. Sir. Wait. Yes. Sir, that is exactly what my point was. The Honorable MLA has now clarified. So there is a proposal. There is a proposal in the department where there's a request to create some beat offices and some range offices. So this is not specifically for the elephants or the domesticated elephants, as was mentioning, but this is a general range office which will have multiple activities, and the Karkuta area is also in that list. So therefore, sir, we are actively examining this and we're looking at it, and based on the approvals, sir, we will be sanctioning this. So as a department, sir, we are very keen to push this forward, and then accordingly we'll take it up with planning and other concerned departments. But yes, sir, there is a proposal to set up some kind of an administrative setup or a range office, which will also have technical people there that would be able to, at least to some extent, help in the situation.
Okay, Suin.
So, that's the question 11C. If I'm not mistaken, it is a relevant question I am raising. So, due to fragile ecosystem, man and animal conflict, a group of 6 elephants sneaks from southwest Khas Hills into my constituency in the year 2025, January. And this group of elephants, they are still living now. In the course of their stay, for 1 year, they have been destroying standing crops, paddy fields, standing paddy crops, irrigational crops, and some more. There was a time that the houses were destroyed. Almost a conflict arises between elephants and man. They called me many times. Even I wrote a DO letter to the Chief Conservator of Forest, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest. He has also taken action, deputing his team to look after these elephants destroying the standing crops. And with the capacity of the Wild Range Office, they have done their best, but due to limited resources, they could not do to drive away the elephants. Though the elephants themselves, they tried to sneak into the Bangladesh, but due to the fencing, they could not do that. So now, they are all the time they are staying in the plain areas, but now they are little moving to the hills. I'm afraid there is a fear from the farmers in the plain areas that these elephants during the cropping season they will come again. So may I request the Chief Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, Deputy Speaker, sir, that the Project Elephant or Elephant Project be reached out to these affected areas of my constituency.
Yes, sir, we will definitely examine this matter. It's a very important and very important point that has been mentioned, and the department will provide whatever support that is required in its capacity, and we will look into this particular aspect. And sir, as mentioned, we are in the process of looking at the different beat offices so that we can take care of the different situations that we are facing. So there is also a proposal for a beat office at Renikton. So that area will be again, taken care of, because as correctly mentioned, I remember even once when I had gone for CM Connect program, the public had mentioned about a similar situation that was there in a different village, or maybe it's the same village, I'm not sure. But yes, sir, I will definitely take the details from the Honorable MLA, and we will ensure that we can do whatever possible to protect the people also, protect the crops also, and at the same time protect the elephants also.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Honorable Chief Minister, if you can tell me how many national park and wildlife sanctuaries is there in the state of Meghalaya, the name and the address, if possible, if it's not long list. And if it's long list, I would like to request to lay on the table of the House.
So there are 4 wildlife sanctuaries. Nongklem Wildlife Sanctuary, B2 Siju Wildlife Sanctuary, 3 Bakmara Pitcher Plant Sanctuary, 4 Narpu Wildlife Sanctuary. So there are 2 national parks, the BNP, there's a Balpragam National Park, and the Nokrek National Parks. There are efforts to notify 2 more wildlife sanctuaries, which is the Bakmara and the Riyadh Kwan, which is still not yet done, sir. And so there's a national parks, and there are right now 6 elephant corridors, and there are 3 more proposals for additional more to be notified, sir. But there are 6 elephant corridors that have been identified, 2 national parks and 4 wildlife sanctuaries.
Okay, thank you, Chairman, sir. One more question. Will the government examine to acquire land in the catchment areas to be declared as a wildlife sanctuaries to ensure that we can retain water sources in those areas?
Sir, wildlife sanctuaries are mostly centered around wildlife protection. But sir, there are many other measures and ways and means in which we can declare the catchment areas need not be as wildlife sanctuaries. But yes, in a nutshell, the objective of the government is to ensure that the catchment areas are protected. I am aware of the direction in which the Honorable MLA is hinting his question, because about 2 years back when I had gone to Mokurwat, he had mentioned about the catchment area in Mokurwat being highly vulnerable to human activity. And though it's an area which is owned by the community or by individuals, it requires the government to then come in and buy those areas. So, sir, those areas are being examined, but in a nutshell, sir, it doesn't have to be through wildlife, but obviously through other provisions that are there. I don't have the details with me right now. In order to protect catchment areas, sir, definitely we will take steps. And definitely Mokurwat and other headquarters are important areas where we should do. As you're aware, sir, the catchment areas are being protected now. Activities are taking place for the Shillong catchment and for the Tura catchment. Similarly, we'll try to work towards going to others also.
Thank you, sir.
Abdul.
May I know from the Honorable Chief Minister, out of this list tabled in the floor of the House, how many are endangered species?
So that information is not available with me as of now, sir. I'll require notice for that, sir.
Dr. Mukul.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, sir. A very important subject, in fact. I was just trying to look at the list of the mammals, and somehow or other, I'm not being able to locate one of a very important animal which is so crucial for our ecosystem. Pangolin is ant-eater, because we have a serious problem in parts of the state where ant has become a problem. And this is because of the poaching of this very important mammal. And when we try to create that whole public awareness, there's a huge poaching going on. And the problem again is connected with the lack of manpower. Because the wildlife division, in as far as the western part is concerned, is only in, I think, Bakmara only. Bakmara or Balpakram Wildlife Division in South Garhwal only. So in view of this, there's a need to have extension of this wildlife division and creation of such wildlife division somewhere in East Garhwal or North Garhwal, so that effective manpower be put in place to protect these endangered species and take care of other aspects of wildlife depredation, elephant problem, etc., etc. Response part has become a real problem. In fact, recently from North Garhwal, there was utterly no support coming from the authorities, because the person who was supposed to respond operates from William Nagar. I think he is at the level of ranger or whatever. So these are crucial gaps, in fact. So therefore, may I know from the Chief Minister in regard to these measures which will be considered, so that one new wildlife division is created in Southwest Garhwal, which is again have become a habitat of the elephants, and is really creating a conflict, the kind of conflict which otherwise will go completely out of our means out of our hand, and the conflict is only becoming more and more aggravated. There are reasons for belief that this is only because of lack of manpower.
Mr. Chairman, sir, the suggestions given by the Honorable LO has been noted. As I mentioned in my previous reply, that there is an exhaustive process that is going on right now to expand the administrative and the overall manpower availability, not just administration, but even from technical point of view. So yes, sir, we are examining that aspect, and definitely it is in moving the right direction. Once we are able to officially get it sanctioned and cleared by the necessary procedures, these infrastructures and offices and divisions and range and beat houses will come up in different locations.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I also would like to draw a specific attention in regard to this Pangolin. It is already reflected in 19. It started with Chinese, so I could not see. So it is called Chinese Pangolin for whatever reason, but it is also our indigenous animal. It is indeed a problem. And this poaching on this particular animal has become so extensive that areas where we used to see this pangolin, including the reserve forest, Songsak Reserve Forest, we have plenty of pangolins, so also Rongrengri Reserve Forest, and all other reserve forests, including all other villages. And absence of this pangolin is actually creating a havoc in those regions. In fact, William Nagar area, my constituency, and it's extending now. Therefore, there is an urgent need to take care of these particular species, and maybe one aggressive campaign to involve communities and to somehow relocate this penguin and somehow put them in these reserve forests and protect them subsequently. Because putting them and not protecting, it becomes utterly impossible. I spoke to the DFO, they don't have manpower. So DFO territorial, they are not again by law mandated to take care of the wildlife. So the laws are very clear. So therefore, that one is that extension of the wildlife division, and another one is to have a special campaign on this pangolin. As a farmer, I'm telling you, it's very difficult to take care of. In fact, my farm in Jamge, it's all infested with this ants. One very peculiar, aggressive species of ants have somehow flourished in this part of the state. Probably not something which was indigenous to Garo Hills, but has been brought because of these planting materials, etc., etc. That is how we could look at the source. So I think it is important. I thought I will raise this issue. Let us have a collective endeavor to take care of this problem.
Sure, sir. So it's a very, very important as well as a noble suggestion that has been given by the Honorable LO. And definitely, sir, it is a concern for us. I will look into this personally and ensure that some kind of measures are taken to see how we can protect the pangolins as mentioned by LO. And also, sir, just so that the Honorable Member from Nongkrem also is satisfied in one sense, I will place the list of the endangered animals and mammals and other reptiles and amphibians that are there on the table of the House. I have the list with me. It's quite long to read it out, so I'll just place it on the table of the House.